right now. As you know, all the web conference are recorded. So this one is already recording. Okay, we are going to wait for a couple of minutes in order to start because there are some students who are trying to log in. So in my clock I have, it's 3:02. We are going to start at 3:05. So please wait a couple of minutes in order to start, please. Okay, everybody, so we are going to start right now. It's 3:05, it's time. So today I'm going to give you a welcoming greeting to Anelim, Aileen, Andri, Eddie, Felipe, Laura, María Paula Durán, María Paula Prado, Mariana Rodriguez, Melanie, Paula Ricardo, Sarai, and Sharon, who are here in this web conference. Welcome, everybody. I hope you are with your right number, with the correct number, ¿no? Como les decía en la primera sesión, espero que todos estén con el nombre adecuado para cuando los llame a solicitar alguna participación, ¿no? Okay, right now there are 12 students. Okay, 12 students. And starting from today, we are going to have a 2-hour lesson, a 2-hour web conference, starting from today, ¿no? Entonces, a partir del día de hoy estaremos teniendo una sesión de 2 horas, estaremos de 3 a 5, sin embargo, pues no estaremos hasta las 5 exactamente, sino por ahí yo creo que unos 15 minuticos antes estaremos terminando, por ahí 3:45, estaremos finalizando. Okay, so, a partir de hoy entonces para que programen todos los martes, tendremos esas 2 horas en esta sesión en línea. Okay, taking into account that we have too much time, I'm going to read some of you. Teniendo en cuenta que tenemos un poco más de tiempo, vamos a saludar a algunos de ustedes, of course in English. Let me see. Anelim. Hello, Anelim. How are you today? Annelyn, good afternoon. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Are you at home, Annelyn?
Yes, I am home.
Okay. Who do you live with, Annelyn?
I live with my mom, my stepfather, and my brother.
Okay, thanks, Annelyn. Eileen, good afternoon, Eileen. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good afternoon.
How are you today, Eileen?
I'm fine.
Fine. Okay. Do you study in the mornings, right?
Sorry, teacher.
Do you study in the mornings? Do you study in the mornings,
Yes.
right? Okay. What time do you start your high school? What time do you start your high school? Eileen, what time do you start to study your high school?
Uh, it started 6:15.
6:15.
Yes.
Okay, and what time do you finish?
12:15.
Okay, thanks, Eileen. Hey, next, Andri. How are you doing today, Andri Nagibe? Andri Nagibe, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, Andri, how old are you? How old are you?
Sorry, teacher, repeat.
How old are you?
Sorry.
No.
Es que tengo como problemas de conexión y se escucha así todo entrecortado.
Okay, how old are you? I am 49 years old,
Uh-huh.
and you?
I am 15 years old.
15 years old. When is your birthday? When is your birthday? When is your birthday?
Um, 7 April.
April 7th. Okay, April
Yes.
7th. First the month and then the day. April 7th. Okay, thanks, Alan. Eddie, how are you doing today, Eddie Santiago?
I am fine.
How old are you, Eddie?
I am fine.
How old are you?
I am 16 years old.
Okay, you're 16 years old. So what number what name do you prefer, Eddie or Santiago?
Eddie.
Okay, okay, Eddie. Do you have any brothers?
Yes, I have one sister.
One sister. But brothers, you don't have any brothers. You have only one sister.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Eddie. Felipe, good afternoon, Felipe. How are you doing today?
Good
Felipe,
afternoon.
good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yes, how are you doing today?
It's fine.
Okay, you are fine. Do you have any sisters, Felipe?
Repeat, please.
Do you have any sisters
I don't have sister.
and brothers? What about brothers?
Yes, I have two brothers.
Two brothers. What are their names? Your brothers' names?
My brother's name is Daniel and Santiago.
Okay, thanks, Felipe. Let me see another one. Laura, how are you today, Laura?
Teacher, thank you.
Okay, Laura, how old are you? How old are you? Laura, how old are you? No, Laura, I can hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, sorry, Laura, I can't hear you. Okay, Maria Paula. So, Maria Paula, or the next one. Hello, Maria Paula, how are you today?
¿Cuál de las dos, María Paula?
Prado. You, Maria Paula Prado.
Okay.
How are you today, Maria Paula Prado?
I am fine.
Okay, do you live in Melgar?
Yes.
Okay. What is the weather like in Melgar today? What is the weather like in Melgar today, Maria Paula?
¿Qué me gusta?
No, what is the weather? The weather like in Melgar? It is raining, it's sunny.
It's
The
sunny.
weather. Okay. It's sunny. Do you know what temperature is in Melgar?
Repeat, por favor.
Do you know what is the temperature in Melgar today? No, Maria Paula. Okay, Maria Paula Duran. Can you hear me, Maria Paula Duran?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Do you have any pets, Maria Paula Duran?
Yes, teacher. I had 5 pets.
5? No more? Only 5.
5.
Okay. What do you have? Cats, dogs, birds? What do you have?
And I had 4 cats and 1 dog
4 cats and 1 dog. Oh my God. Do you live in a house or in an apartment?
in a house.
Okay. It's better to have 4 cats and one dog. You need a house. Okay, Maria Paula Duran, thanks. Okay, we are going to start right now doing an exercise. This one. Can you? No, yet. I'm going to share my screen right now, and we're going to start doing an exercise. Simple exercise. Can you look at my screen, right? Yes. Can you look
Yes,
at my screen? Okay. Remember that if you have any question, any doubt, you can raise your hand and speak. No, all of you have the microphone, have camera, and you can participate whatever you want. If you don't have a microphone, it's not the correct one, but if you don't have a microphone and you can talk, you can write in the chat in order to participate in the lesson, okay? So we are going to do this exercise. I'm going to share, or I'm going to show you two options in order to complete these sentences. So you are going to choose the correct one. For example, in the first one, you say, he rides sometimes a horse, or he sometimes rides a horse. What do you think? What is the correct one? He rides sometimes a horse, or he sometimes rides a horse. Anyone? We are going to say A or B. A, rides sometimes. B, sometimes ride. Okay, somebody says rides sometimes. Okay, let's see number 2. They usually are late for school, or they are usually late for school.
B.
there.
B.
A or B?
B.
B.
Okay. They are usually late for school. Number 3, she always is or she is always.
B. Is always.
B.
B. Okay. Number 4, you never listen to me or you listen never to me. A or B?
A.
A. Okay, most of you say A. And we are going to stop here. So we have here 4 sentences. The first one says, it writes sometimes horse. Number 2, they are usually late for school. And number 3, sorry, she is always the first. And number 4, you never listen to me. I'm going to ask to, let me see, Melanie. Melanie, do you agree with these answers? Do you agree with these answers?
Yes. I.
Yes. Okay, you agree with these answers. Let me see another person. Sharon. Sharon. Oh, okay, my God, there are 2 Sharons. Sharon Pantoja and Sharon Peña. So it's a common name. Sharon Pantoja. Do you agree with these answers? He writes sometimes. They are usually late. She is always the first. Oh, you never listen to me. Do you agree? Do you think they are correct?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so I'm going to check the answers out. So the first one is not correct. This is not the correct one. You don't say he writes sometimes. No. Number 2, they are usually late for school. Yes, that's correct. Number 3, she's always the first. Sorry, she's always the first. Yes, it's the correct one. And number 4, you never listen to me. It's the correct one. So in this one, in the first one, the correct one is B. It sometimes rides. He sometimes rides a horse. So what happened here? We have here sometimes. We have here usually. We have here always. And here never. Anyone knows what type of words, what kind of words are these ones? ¿Alguien sabe cómo se denominan esas palabras que estoy ahí resaltando?
Adverbio de frecuencia.
Yes, that's the correct one. Adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency. Los adverbios de frecuencia, ¿no? Adverbs of frequency. These are words that states the regularity, how often you do something. Esas palabras, como su nombre indica, los verbos de frecuencia nos indican la frecuencia con que se realizan ciertas actividades. And here we have to take into account the position of the adverbs of frequency. Sometimes, usually, always, never. In the first one, we have here the frequency, the adverb of frequency, and then the verb. Here we have the verb, are, and then the adverb of frequency. In number 3, we have first the verb, and then the adverb of frequency. And in number 4, we have first the adverb of frequency, and then the verb. Okay? So, what do we have to take into account? If we are using the verb to be, is, are, was, were, will be, you use the verb to be, and then the adverb of frequency. But if we are using a different verb, not the verb to be, first is the adverb of frequency, and then the verb. Okay? That's the rule. That's the rule. This is the rule. La regla es esa, ¿no? If we are using the verb to be, is, are, was, were, will be, in present, past, or future, first the verb to be, is, are, and then the adverb of frequency, like this one. Are usual, is always. But if we are using a different verb, first we have to write the adverb of frequency and then the verb. He sometimes writes, you never listen to me. Okay, remember that. Okay, so based on this explanation, we are going to continue. We are going to continue developing the exercise, okay? Oh, this one. I am often or I often am. What is the correct one? A or B?
A.
A, yes. I am often, verb to be, and then the adverb frequency. This one. The bus arrives usually or usually arrives.
B.
B.
So B, adverb frequency, and then the verb. This one. They sometimes are angry or they are sometimes angry.
B.
B. First, we write the adverb, the verb to be, and then the adverb frequency. Next, the sun shines always, or the sun always shines.
B.
A or B? B. That's right. The sun always shines in Spain. The children never are or are never.
B. B.
B. The children are never. First, we write the verb to be, are, and then the adverb frequency, never. And the last one, we make often or often make. A or B?
A.
A, are you sure?
B. B.
B, often is the adverb frequency and the verb is make, okay? Okay, now, he's sometimes really hard, they are usually late for school, she's always the first. We are going to read these sentences now, let me see. Judy Cordova. Judy, can you write the sentences, please? Judy, are you there? Judy. Oh. Sharon Peña, entonces. So, Sharon Peña, please, could you read the sentences? Sharon Peña. I don't know what's going on. But Judy and Sharon are not enabled to read the sentences. Let's see another person. Okay, somebody raise your hand. Eddie. Okay, Eddie, please read the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 sentences. Eddie.
Okay. He sometimes rides a horse, and they are usually late for school. She's always the fritz. You never listen to me, and I am often very tired.
Eddie, please read these words again.
The first.
The first. The first.
The
The
first.
first. Ya no se pronuncia la I, sino the first. Okay, the first. Acá tenemos que pronunciar esta combinación. R-S-T, the first. First. Con esta T al final, okay? Okay, good, Eddie. Next. Okay, another person who wants to read. Melanie. Melanie, could you please?
Yes, teacher. The bus usually arrives at 7. They are sometimes angry. The sun always shines in Spain. The children are never quiet. We often make a mistake.
Okay, very good. In this case, you can say often without T, no? You can pronounce often, but it's more common to say often without T. Okay. Ya les había empezado a decir, en muchos casos les voy a seguir diciendo. Hay palabras que se pueden expresar, que se pueden pronunciar de dos maneras. Hay expresiones o significados que se pueden decir de varias maneras, pero siempre uno es como el más usual, el más utilizado, el más apropiado. Es, you can say here often, yes, that's right, but it's more common to say often without T. More common to say that, to pronounce like this. Es más común escucharlo often, ¿no? Sin la T. No often, sino often. Okay. We are going to pay some attention to the pronunciation and the meaning. No? The meaning. We're going to see here are late. What does it mean are late, guys? What do you understand for that? They are usually late for school. When I say they are late, what does it mean? ¿Qué significará esa expresión? They are late. Frase.
Tarde, ellos llegan tarde.
Okay, they are late. In Spanish, ellos llegan tarde, ¿cierto? Ellos llegan tarde. Entonces, lo de nosotros, when we start to study English, we can translate some expressions. For example, they arrive late. Nosotros cuando empezamos a aprender, muchas veces hacemos traducciones como esta. Ellos llegan tarde, they arrive late. Why? Porque nosotros buscamos ellos y nos dice que es they, llegar y nos dice que es arrive y tarde, late. ¿No? But there is another way to say that it's more common and it's more common and it's more appropriate. Entonces hay una forma también de decirlo que es más adecuada, más apropiada y es más utilizada. Que es utilizando el verbo to be para decir llegar. They are late. ¿No? So, for example, when I'm going to say I am late to work. Para decir que yo llego tarde al trabajo, I don't say I arrive late to work. It's better to say I am late to work. Es para decir que yo llego tarde al trabajo, entonces yo lo podría decir I arrive late to work. Arrive, let me see here, arrive. But it's more common, it's much more used and it's more appropriate to say I am late to work. ¿Okay? La forma más apropiada de decirlo. Okay. Let's continue. She's always the first. You never listen to me. I think it's very common to say that. You understand? I am often very tired. No, tired. What does it mean, tired, guys?
Cansado.
Yes, for example, when I did too much exercise at the gym, I am very tired. Okay. The bus usually arrives at 7. There are sometimes angry, no? Angry. There are some words which are similar, like angry and angry, no? Angry and angry. Maybe you can pronounce these words correctly and you can misunderstand, no? You can misunderstand. Si no pronunciamos adecuadamente las palabras, podemos cambiar el sentido completo de la oración, ¿no? It's completely different to say hungry and to say angry, ¿no? Hungry, angry, ¿no? This word starts with an H, and you pronounce the H like a J, ¿no? Or like in Spanish, como una J. That's why we say hungry, hungry. And here we say angry, angry, okay? And it's completely different. So when I say I am hungry, really different to say I am angry, no? I am angry. When I need to eat or to drink something, I am hungry. When I am furious, I am angry. No? I am angry. Maybe you have seen the Angry Bird. So you understand the difference between angry and angry? Do you? Yes or no? When I say I am hungry, what does it mean? Cuando estoy diciendo I am hungry, ¿qué
Tengo
significa?
hambre.
Hambre.
Okay.
Y
Yes.
estoy cansada.
Yes. Okay, that's correct. Y acá volvemos a lo mismo, ¿no? Nosotros muchas veces cuando estamos aprendiendo, nosotros decimos yo tengo hambre, pero no hace la traducción así. I have hungry. Yes, I have hungry. Because that's the traditional way to translate word by word. I am looking for the dictionary and this is I. Tener, have, and hambriento or hambre, hungry. But maybe you say this expression and the people are going to understand you, but this is not the correct one. Tal vez la gente le logra entender que está diciendo yo tengo hambre, ¿cierto? Pero no es la forma correcta de decirlo. Entonces, you have to pay attention to these words, these expressions. Okay, the sun always shines in Spain. The children are never quiet. We often make a mistake. And here we have to explain something. There are some words which are similar when you pronounce them, ¿no? Hay algunas palabras que se pronuncian similar como las que vimos ahorita, ¿no? Hungry and angry. Una pronunciación similar. Y hay otras que se parecen en cuanto a la escritura, ¿no? Quiet, quiet. Quiet, quiet. Different, very different. Quiet is to be silent, to be in silence. You don't say any word. If you don't say any word, you are in silence, you are quiet. But if you use quite, it is, for example, quite well, quite well, quite expensive. In this case, this quite means like bastante en Spanish. Este quiet es estar en silencio, no decir una palabra. Y el otro, cuando lo utilizamos como el significado de bastante en español. So, when I say quite well, bastante bien. Quite expensive, bastante costoso. Okay? And the last one, make a mistake. This is a common expression in English. Anyone knows what does it mean? Make a mistake? What does it mean? ¿Qué significa eso? You know?
Cometer un error.
Yes, cometer un error. This type of expression you have to learn by heart. This type of expression, like make a mistake, you have to learn by heart. When I say learn by heart, estoy diciendo aprender de memoria. Learn by heart. Ese tipo de expresiones no las tenemos que aprender de memoria, ¿no? Al principio no la aprendemos de memoria. Decimos learn by heart, significa aprender de memoria. Make a mistake significa cometer un error. Porque ya después con el tiempo ya mecanizamos eso, ¿no? Aprendemos que Ya se vuelve algo mecánico cuando voy a decir aprender de memoria, learn by heart. Que cuando voy a decir cometer un error, make a mistake, ¿no? Pero inicialmente nos las aprendemos de memoria y son expresiones que tenemos que aprendernos de esa manera porque son expresiones idiomáticas. Es decir, es la forma correcta de decir eso, ¿cierto? Y ustedes van y buscan el diccionario cometer y les va a dar otro significado y no le van a entender. ¿Ok? Entonces es importante que ustedes vayan teniendo como ese acervo, ese grupo de expresiones que le van a servir mucho para hablar, ¿no? Para hablar, para escribir cuando tengan que hacerlo, ¿no? Okay, now I'm going to share my screen. This one with the adverbs of frequency. Before we see is only 2 or 3 adverbs of frequency, but here we can find much more. We can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 adverbs of frequency. Okay? Always, usually, normally, often, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, hardly ever, and never. We have here these adverbs of frequency, and there are more. There are more adverbs of frequency, but these are the most common. The most common. And in order to understand and in order to know when we are going to use them, we relate them to a percentage, okay? Always 100%, usually 90%, normally 80%, often 70%, sometimes 50%, occasionally 30%, seldom 10%, hardly ever 5%, or never 0%. Es para saber cuándo utilizamos estos adverbios de frecuencia. Siempre, o sea, si fuera, por ejemplo, de lunes a domingo, todos los días lo hacemos, es el 100%. ¿Sí? Si de los 7 días de la semana lo hacemos 6 veces, o 7 días de la semana lo hacemos 4 veces, often. Y así vamos bajando el porcentaje de cada una de estas. In Spanish, maybe it's not like this, ¿no? Algunas veces en español no lo utilizamos como de esta manera tan establecida, ¿no? Porque nosotros utilizamos el usually or normally, que es usualmente, normalmente lo utilizamos en situaciones similares, ¿no? Yo usualmente hago tal cosa, yo normalmente hago tal otra. But in English, we separate them. And here we have some examples. We are going to read the examples. Dana Guerra, please read the first sentence. This one. Dana, are you there? Can you speak, Dana? No. Mariana Lozada. Mariana, are you there? My God, what happened with you guys? Did you fall asleep? Paula, Ricardo. Paula.
Yes.
Paula, please read the first sentence.
She always goes to the nightclub to dance.
Again, otra vez, Paula. Otra vez, Paula, please read the sentence again.
She always goes to the nightclub to dance.
Okay. Okay, pay attention to the pronunciation. I'm going to read the sentence and then Paula, you are going to read it again. He always goes to the nightclub to dance. Again, she always goes to the nightclub to dance. Paula, read please. Otra vez, Paula, leámosla por favor.
She always goes to the nightclub to dance.
Okay, better, no? It's better. It's better. She always goes to the nightclub to dance. Okay, and here you can see the rule, no? The grammatical rule. First, the adverb of frequency, and then the verb to be. The verb different from verb to be. In this case, the verb to go, no? She always goes to the nightclub to dance. Okay, next, Isabella, please read this sentence.
They usually waited
Quarrel. Remember that in English, it doesn't exist the sound we don't pronounce like this in Spanish. En inglés, ustedes encuentran esas palabras, una que otra no son muy comunes. Las palabras se encuentran con doble R, como esta, pero el sonido que nosotros tenemos de esa doble R, por ejemplo, cuando decimos guerrilla, ese sonido en inglés no existe. Y ellos, the English people, American people, British people, they can pronounce. Y para ellos es muy difícil pronunciar ese sonido. Pues nunca lo han pronunciado, entonces su aparato fonatorio como tal, ¿cierto? No les permite pronunciarlo. Entonces ellos no van a poder decir quarrel no. Ellos que dicen they usually quarrel. Para ellos también esa R es muy diferente de la de nosotros, ¿no? Nosotros decimos ¿cierto? No, ellos no la hacen así. Ellos no la pronuncian de esa manera, la pronuncian de otra manera, ¿no? Pues dicen quarrel. They usually quarrel. And quarrel is like fight. Sinónimo de quarrel is fight, ¿no? Pelear. They usually quarrel. Okay, let's continue with the next sentence. Jennifer, please read this sentence, Jennifer. Jennifer Beliz, this account. Hey, Eddie, you.
Okay, I normally go to the gym.
Okay, I normally go to the gym. Perfect. Very good. Felipe, next.
They often go out for dinner.
Okay, here we have the verb go. No? You can find too many times the verb go. They often go out for dinner, no? Go out. And here I have to explain, no? Go, you know that go is the verb ir, no? Ir. So when I say I go, yo voy, it goes, el va, no? It's different, no? It's present, both of them are in present simple tense, but here the difference is the personal pronoun. Here we are using the third person, he, she, it. So I have to add es or s to the verb. I go, he goes. Yo voy, él va. But in this sentence, we are not using go, we are using out, go out. Oh, what is the meaning of go out? Anyone knows? In Spanish, what does it mean? this verb?
Salir.
Yes. Salir. This one, salir. So when I say they often go out for dinner, entonces ellos muchas veces salen a comer o salen por comida. And if I am saying that go out means salir, yes, how do we say in English entrar? Look at this, salir, go out. Taking into account that, how can I say entrar in English? What do you think? Anyone knows? Anyone can suppose? How can we say that in English? Entrar? No. Go in. Very easy. Go out, salir. And the opposite, go in, entrar. Yes. And these are phrasal verbs. These are phrasal verbs. Y esas son frases verbales, ¿no? Frases verbales que entonces tenemos un verbo y una partícula que la acompaña, que generalmente son preposiciones, ¿no? No siempre, pero generalmente son preposiciones. Cuando se forma ese verbo con esa preposición o esa partícula, adquiere un significado diferente, ¿no? Go, ir. Go out, salir. Go in, entrar, ¿no? Here we have another example. Tenemos otro ejemplo. Get. If you look for the dictionary, the meaning of this verb, it's obtener in Spanish. But if I say get on, subir. If I say get off, bajar. Yes, look at this. Look at this another example. Get, obtener. But get with the preposition on or subir. Get with the preposition of bajar. Okay. Okay. Let's continue with another sentence. This one. Eileen, please read this sentence.
I sometimes go with my husband.
Okay, I sometimes go with my husband, no? Husband. Listen to me, husband. I sometimes go with my husband. Okay, next. Andri Nagibe. Next sentence, please read.
I occasionally eat junk food.
Okay, I occasionally eat junk food. Junk food, okay, junk food. This
Okay,
you pronounce like an A, junk. La U la pronunciamos con una A en este caso, ¿no? Remember, no es que siempre van a encontrar una U y la van a pronunciar como una A, no. En este caso, we pronounce this U like an A. En este caso pronunciamos la U como una A. I occasionally eat junk food. And anyone knows what does it mean, junk food? No. ¿Alguien sabe qué significa este junk food? ¿Qué clase de comida es?
Comida rápida.
chatarra.
Yes, comida rápida, la comida chatarra, ¿no? Pizza, hamburgers, hot dogs. These are junk food. I occasionally eat junk food. Next. Isabela. Are you there, Isabela? Are you with us in this lesson? Are you with us? Or no?
I seldom read the newspaper.
Okay, I seldom read the newspaper. And here I have to give you another synonym for seldom. Otro sinónimo para seldom, que es rarely. Seldom or rarely are synonyms. que son sinónimos, ¿no? Rara vez. I seldom or rarely is the same. Read the newspaper. The newspaper. Rara vez leo el periódico. Yes. Next. José Sánchez, are you there? José Sánchez is not there. Laura Barrera, please read the sentence.
I hardly ever drink alcohol.
I hardly ever drink alcohol. Remember the age. The age. Alcohol is Spanish. Okay? Alcohol is Spanish. So you have to pronounce alcohol. Alcohol. Okay? There are some words which are exactly the same in Spanish and English, no? For example, this one are the same. You write in English and in Spanish likewise, igualmente, igualito, no? But the pronunciation is not the same, no? The pronunciation is not the same. In Spanish, we say doctor, doctor. In English, we say doctor, doctor, doctor. Listen to the pronunciation. In Spanish, doctor, doctor. In English, doctor, ¿no? Entonces la diferencia está en el acento, ¿no? Donde hacemos la fuerza, donde hacemos la fuerza. En Spanish, la fuerza la hacemos en la última sílaba, doctor, ¿cierto? En English, en la primera, doctor. ¿Okay? Palabras que se escriben exactamente igual, pero a la hora de pronunciar no las pronunciamos igual. Y acá pasa lo mismo con esto. En Spanish, alcohol, but in English, alcohol. Like como una J, ¿no? Alcohol. I hardly ever drink alcohol. Let's pay attention to those words, which are similar, but you have to pronounce very different. Okay, and the last sentence. Let me see the last sentence. Dana. Dana, can you speak? Dana, are you there? No, Dana. Yes or no? If you are here in this lesson, guys, it's important to participate. Remember that this space is called It's Time to Talk, so you have to speak. It's an opportunity, you have to speak. You can make mistakes, you can make so many mistakes, but it's important to participate. Es importante que participen, ¿no? Si están acá, están prestando atención, participen, así cometan errores. No problem with that. Melanie, the last one.
I never go to the cinema. I don't like it.
Okay, I never go to the cinema. I don't like it. And here, let's pay attention to this part of the sentence. Acá prestemos mucha atención a esta parte de la oración, ¿no? You are in a process where you are learning a different language. Ustedes están en un proceso de aprender un diferente idioma, ¿no? Entonces, en una frase como esta, ya ustedes no pueden estar diciéndola I don't like it. I don't like it, ¿no? Ya este tipo de frases tienen que decirlas like only one sentence, como una sola oración, solo golpe de voz, ¿no? I don't like it. I don't like it. ¿Okay? Que es, así es como se habla, ¿no? In English, in Spanish, we don't speak I don't like it, ¿no? Yes, I don't like it. Y esto, mire, las últimas dos, like it, lo pegan, like it, ¿okay? No pronunciamos la E, lo pronunciamos like it, like it. I don't like it. ¿Ve? No un solo golpe de voz. Y esto, ¿cómo lo pueden hacer ustedes? Escuchando, ya sea solamente escuchando o escuchando y viendo un video, una canción, la escuchan y la repiten y tratan de hacerlo a la misma velocidad de la persona que está hablando. ¿Ok? A la misma velocidad, tratan de hacerlo. ¿Listo? Entonces, por ejemplo, ustedes van a escuchar un audio donde está esta oración, I seldom read the newspaper. Entonces, usted la escucha una vez, dos veces, y después la repiten junto con el audio y tratan de decirlo a la misma velocidad. ¿Ok? I seldom read the newspaper. I seldom read the newspaper. Okay. Now we are going to do another exercise. Here, this one, address frequency. Now, in this case, oh, sorry, but I'm not sharing my screen with you. Wait a minute. I'm going to share my screen with you. Wait. Okay. Now, here. Okay. So we are going to match the sentence with the correct picture, no? We're going to say that this one is A, the number 2 is B, and the last one is C, no? A, B, or C are the options. So he usually plays tennis on Fridays. What is the correct one? A, B, or C?
A.
A, no? He usually plays tennis on Fridays. Okay, look at this. Tennis is like in Spanish, but with double N. Double N. Tenis es tenis, pero miren la diferencia. Oh my God. Y la pequeña diferencia es que con doble N, ¿no? Number 2, we sometimes watch TV after lunch. A, B, or C?
A.
A, we sometimes watch TV after lunch. TV is in capital letters. Grandma always paints on Mondays. Or B or C? A, B, or C?
C.
Are you sure?
Sí.
Sí.
Okay, that's right. That's right. C. C is the correct one. And you can say there are 3 words to say abuela in English. There are 3 words to say abuela in English. Grandmother, grandma, that you can see here, and grandmammy. No? You can say grandmother, grandma, grandmammy. These are the 3 ways in order to say abuela in English. So the correct one is C. Muchas gracias, Carlos. Next, I always listen to pop music in my bedroom. A, B, or C?
B.
B, the correct one is B. I always listen to pop music. Remember that. In order to say listen, you always have to say listen to. Escuchar a, ¿no? Listen to pop music in my bed. So the correct is B. 5, number 5. We rarely walk to school.
A.
A,
A.
A, okay, A. How do you go to school, Eddie?
What?
How do you go to school?
In
By bus, by car, by motorcycle, walk.
by class. Eso.
Okay. So what? This one. Number 6. It never rains in the desert.
Sí.
Sí.
Sí. Okay. It never rains in the desert, no? What's the correct one? The chef always wears his white uniform. And here the key is white, no?
B.
B.
Okay, that's the correct one. B. The color white is the key. I always feel happy. Number 8. I always feel happy.
A.
A.
Okay, so the correct one is A. Number 9. She usually washes the dish after lunch.
B.
B. B.
She usually washes the dish after lunch, ¿no? Acá encontramos un verbo como washes, ¿no? Wash is different from watch, ¿no? Son muy similares, but in English, you pronounce like a T, watch, watch. This is more soft. This is softer. Wash, wash, watch. Para decir mirar televisión, we say watch TV. Y para lavar, wash, wash the dish after lunch. So B. And the last one. They always have PE lessons on Tuesday.
A.
So what is PE?
Educación física.
Yes, in English, physical education, no? Physical education. They always have physical education lessons on Tuesdays, no? What day is today, Eddie? Eddie,
Huh?
what day is today?
In Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday?
No. Today is Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. And yesterday was?
Monday.
Okay, and tomorrow is?
Wednesday.
Okay, good. Now we're going to do another exercise. It's something similar, but this one. Okay, here. Okay, I'm not sharing my screen yet. Now, okay, here we have, you have to look at the picture, okay? First, you have to look at the picture, this picture, the cereal, no? And you are going to look at the check. How many checks are there? For example, in this picture, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 checks. 5 from 5, no? So in this case, what do we say? What do we have to say? I never have cereals for breakfast. I sometimes have cereals for breakfast. I often have cereal for breakfast, or I always have cereals for breakfast. What do you, always, yes, because every day you have cereals for breakfast. So I always have cereal for breakfast. In this picture, look at the picture. There are 4 checks from 5. John never, always, sometimes, or usually plays tennis.
Usually.
Usually.
Okay, usually. Good. Number 3, my brother never, always, sometimes, or usually goes skiing. And look at the picture. No checks.
Never.
Never.
Yes, my brother never goes skiing. Another one, number 4, we have 2 checks from 5. My father always, sometimes, never, or usually rides a bike.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes, my father sometimes rides a bike. Now, this one, I always, never, usually, or sometimes is my computer. We have
Usually.
4 checks. So, usually, good. Yes. 5 checks. 5 from 5. Lisa listens to music.
Always.
Always. Always. You don't pronounce always. No, always. Always. You don't pronounce the E. Esa E no la pronunciamos. Always. Lisa always listens to music. My mother. Sometimes, never, always, or usually.
Never.
Never. My never goes swimming. My girlfriend. Usually, always, or never, or sometimes wears a hat.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay, 2 from 5. Sometimes. He walks his dog. Never, usually, always, or sometimes.
Always.
Always. Good. He always. This one. I sometimes, never, usually, or always drink alcohol. Look at the.
Never.
Look. Okay, there are not any checks, so never. I never drink alcohol. In this one, we never, always, sometimes, or usually eat pasta.
Sometimes.
Okay, we sometimes eat pasta. Do you do your homework? What is the correct one? Usually. Usually. Y como vimos ahí en ese anterior, o sea, también, no solamente podemos hacer oraciones afirmativas, ¿no? También podemos hacer preguntas, oraciones negativas con los adverbios de frecuencia. We, number 13, we always, never, usually, or sometimes play football. Oh my God. Me faltó el play, el verbo. We always, never, usually, or sometimes play football.
Sometimes.
Sometimes play football. This one, number 14, my parents sometimes, always, never, or usually.
Never.
Never argue. And anyone knows what does it mean, argue? ¿Alguien sabe qué significa this one, this word? Argue. Look at the picture and try to find out the meaning. Yes, that's right. To have a discussion. To have a discussion. My parents never argue. Number 15, we never, usually, always, or sometimes go out together.
Usually.
Usually, that's right. We usually go out together. Oh my God. Sometimes, sorry. Usually, this one. And the last one. 5 from 5. Are you always happy? Good. Very good. Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to watch this chart. You are going to look at this chart. Here we have some frequency adverbs, always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly, ever, or never. And we have here on your left, we have some actions, some activities we usually do, we do in our daily life. Do my homework, play football, watch, listen to music, go dance. And you are going to first write. You are going to write some sentences using these adverbs of frequency and these activities. Okay, you are going to write on the chat. Okay? For example, in my case, I always play football on Saturdays, for example. No? I always play football on Saturday. You're going to make three sentences. Each one of you are going to write three sentences using these adverbs of frequency and these activities. Okay, and you can send or write the sentence in the chat, like this one. I always play football on Saturdays. You understand? Yes or no, guys? Is it clear for you? ¿Entendido? Claro?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to stop to mute my microphone in order for you to write the sentence in the chat, and then I'm going to read your sentences, okay? So I'm going to give you, it's 5:13, I'm going to give you five minutes in order for you to write three sentences. Each one of you are going to write three sentences using this adverbs of frequency and these activities, okay? So go ahead.
Profe, ¿con todos los adverbios de frecuencia o solo es que
Van
no
a ser,
entendí?
cada uno va a ser tres, ¿no? Entonces ustedes
Ok.
utilizan tres adverbios de frecuencias, tres actividades, las que quieran. ¿Okay? Y les agregan pues un complemento, ¿no? Así como yo le agregué acá el complemento on Saturdays, los sábados, ¿no? Entonces ustedes pueden agregarle dónde, cuándo, con quién, whatever you want. Okay, guys, I'm going to check some of your sentence. Some of your sentence. For example, the first one, I'm going to Melanie. Melanie Londoño. Melanie says, I always play volleyball on Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday. I usually go to bed at 10 p.m. I sometimes watch movies at night with my family. Sorry. Remember that when we write in English, we have to pay attention to the use of capital letters, ¿no? Tenemos que ponerle cuidado al uso de las letras mayúsculas en inglés. For example, the personal pronoun I is always in capital letter. Siempre va en mayúsculas el pronombre personal I, ¿no? Yo. I always, I usually, I sometimes. The days of the week. Los días de la semana. The days of the week are always with capital letters too. Monday with M, capital letter. Wednesday, W, capital letter. Friday, F, capital letter, ¿no? Siempre van con mayúscula inicial los días de la semana. In English, of course. But the sentences are correct, Melanie. Isabella, I always do my homework every day. I sometimes watch TV in my home. I usually listen to music on my cell phone. Here, Isabella, two things. Every day is correct. Every day, todos los días. ¿No? And you can say every day at first or at the end of the sentence. Ese every day podemos ubicarlo al final de la oración o al comienzo. You can say every day, I always do my homework, or I always do my homework every day. Good. Sorry. Number two, I sometimes watch TV in my home. Good. Or you can say at home. En inglés podemos decir in my home or at home. En casa, en el hogar, no? At home. Is the most appropriate to say at home. At home. I usually listen to music on my cell phone, correct. Eddie Santiago says I usually do my homework on Saturday, good. I never play football in my free time, correct. I often listen to music, correct. Eileen, I listen to music always on YouTube. That's not correct, Eileen. Remember the position of the adverb frequency. I always listen to music. You don't say, I listen to music always on YouTube. No, I always listen to music on YouTube. Number two, I do my homework always after school. No, I always do my homework. I always do my homework. The adverb of frequency and then the verb. I watch TV sometimes at night. No, Arlene. Pay attention to the position of the adverb of frequency. Remember, the adverb of frequency, always, sometimes, usually, generally, frequently, and then the verb. Listen to, do, watch, okay? Mariana, she always eats breakfast before going to work. She usually studies for 2 hours every night. I rarely travel abroad during the winter. Good. Paula. Only one sentence, Paula. I sometimes watch TV. Good. Andri Najibi. I always do my homework in the afternoon. It is always hot in Melgar. Good. I don't always do the exercise. Good. Maria Paula Parado. I always exercise in the gym in the morning. I almost always have our oatmeal with fruit for breakfast before going to school. I usually study math after dinner. I normally watch TV with my family in the living room. Un par de palabritas que quiero pensar que es error de... Es a typing mistake, no es error de letreo, de escritura, ¿no? Y de teclear. Me falta, por ejemplo, room, te falta la M. Por acá, there is another one. Dinner. Okay. Jose Sanchez says, I often go for a walk with my dog in the park. Good. I sometimes cook dinner when my parents come home late. Good. I occasionally visit my grandparents on weekends. I once in a while play video games with my friends online. Okay. José nos utiliza acá una expresión que no la habíamos estudiado. Dice, I once in a while. Once in a while. Es como de vez en cuando, ¿no? Once in a while, de vez en cuando. I rarely drink coffee because I don't like its taste. Good. I hardly ever watch horror movies because they scare me. Good. I never smoke because it's bad for my health. I always bring my notebook to school to take notes. I often help my brother with his math homework. Good. Felipe, I always listen to music at night. I usually do my homework in the afternoons. I sometimes play soccer with my friends in the afternoon. Good. Sharon Pantoja, I always do my homework in the afternoon. I usually listen to music in the night. Sharon Pantoja, I usually listen to music in the night. No, we don't say in the night, we say at night. I usually listen to music at night. I never play football at school. Laura says, I always do my homework in the afternoon. I never eat fish. I sometimes read interesting books. Paula Duran. I usually play football with my friends. I often listen to music on my phone. I sometimes watch movies with my parents. I always do my homework every day. I sometimes play volleyball and I usually watch videos. Good. That's good. Very good. Okay, we are going to continue. Let's see this one with another exercise, but before the exercise, I'm going to explain this question. In order to make questions about with what regularity or how many times do you do an activity, you have to pronounce how often. You know the question how, no? Como. How, only how means common. But when we say how often, in Spanish, this how often means con qué frecuencia o cada cuánto. This how often means con qué frecuencia o cada cuánto. Okay? In order to make questions, to know if you normally, usually, rarely, always, or never do an activity, you have to pronounce how often. For example, how often do you play video games? How often do you play video games? Okay. How often, cada cuánto do you play video games? Do you play video games? Okay. How often do you play video games? And this type of questions you can answer like this. I always play video games. Okay, that's the answer. I always play video games. Or I never play video games. Or I play video games on Saturdays. Or I play video games on weekends. Yes? How often do you play video games? I play video games on weekend, on Saturdays, on Friday, on Sunday. Okay? Or you can say how many times do you play? O podemos decir cuántas veces. I play video games 3 times a week. 3 times a week. Okay? I play video games 3 times. 3 times a week. This 3 times a week in Spanish is something like 3 veces a la semana, ¿sí? 3 veces a la semana. Or if you want to change, you can say 3 times a month. 3 times a month. 3 veces al mes. Okay. So that's how you can answer these type of questions. How often do you play video games? I play video games 3 times a week. I play video games on Saturdays. I play video games on weekends. I always play video games. I never play video games. All of those answers are correct. Todas esas formas tenemos para contestar, ¿ok? So, do you have any questions? Questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Okay, no questions, so we're going to make an exercise. And here we have how often. How often? Okay, so the questions, this one. How often do you go to the cinema? How often do you go to the cinema? Anyone who wants to answer this question? ¿Alguien que nos pueda contestar esta pregunta? How often do you go to the cinema? Anyone? Eddie, go ahead.
I never go to the cinema. I don't like it.
Okay, perfect. The question is, how often do you go to the cinema? And Eddie say, I never go to the cinema because I don't like it. No? I never go to the cinema because I don't like it. Good, very good. Another question. How often do you make the bed? How often do you make the bed? Anelim Santos. We have 2 Anelims. Anelim Santos.
Yes.
Answer the question. How often do you make the bed?
I make the bed every morning.
Okay, I make the bed every morning. Every morning. Good, very good. In English, in order to say tender la cama, we say make the bed, no? As you know, make is the verb hacer, ¿no? Make es el verbo hacer, ¿no? Es en inglés no se dice tender la cama, sino hacer la cama, ¿no? Make the bed. That's the correct way to say tender la cama, make the bed. Good. Another one. How often do you clean your room? Eileen, how often do you clean your room?
I occasionally clean my room.
Okay, I occasionally clean my room. Good. How often do you clean your room? I occasionally clean my room. Good. Next, how often do you play computer games? María Paula Durán.
And I never play a computer game.
You don't like computer games, María Paula?
Yes, but I play on my cell phone.
Ah, okay. You don't play computer games because you play on your mobile phone, on your cell phone. Okay, what games do you play, Maria Paula? What games do you play?
I play Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Okay. What else? Another game or only Call of Duty?
Cooking place too.
Repeat, please.
Cooking, juego de cocina.
Yes, cooking games. I didn't know there are cooking games. No sabía que había juegos de cocina. Okay, but it's interesting, quite interesting. Yeah, man. Okay, there are oh my God. In this moment, there are 16 students and only one man, no more. Eileen, Andri, Dana, Eddie, Santiago is the only man here. Jenny, Laura, Maria Paula, Mariana, Melanie, Paula, Sarai, Sharon, yes. No more men here, only Eddie. Why? How many boys are there in your group?
And 9.
Nine boys.
Nine, but only you are here. Eddie. Okay. And Eddie, do you play computer games?
Yes.
What games do you like? What computer
I
games do you like?
like play in Fortnite, Roblox, Genshin Impact, and nothing more.
Okay. Okay, good. Let's see another question. How often do you read the news? María Paula, la otra María Paula ya no está. Les quedó solamente una. Sarai. No, Sarai. Sarai, could you please answer this question? How often do you read the news? Sarai.
I seldom reading the news.
Okay, I seldom read the news. The news. Okay. Nowadays, we read the news maybe in Twitter and X, no? It's not Twitter anymore, it's X. Or on internet, you know? We don't read the newspaper. Another question, how often do you cook? Let me see, this is a very interesting question for a girl. Let me see, Andri Najibe, how often do you cook?
I usually cook.
Okay, that's true. That's true, ¿es verdad? You usually cook?
Yes.
Okay, what do you like to cook?
Repeat.
What do you like to cook?
Pues, ¿cómo le explico?
I don't know, but in English. Explain to me, but in English.
I like to cook desserts.
Ah, desserts. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. How often do you cook? Another question. How often do you text your friends? When I say text your friends, for example, WhatsApp, no? Instagram, Facebook, I don't know, whatever social network you use. Social network you use. Let me see. Mariana, are you there, Mariana? Mariana, no, no, Mariana. Mariana is not here. Melanie, could you answer this question? How often do you text your friends?
I seldom.
Repeat, please.
I seldom
Okay.
text with my
Okay, I seldom text my friends. Okay, Mariana says in the chat, teacher, no me sirve el audio, puedo responder por aquí. Okay, go ahead, Mariana. Okay, how often do you text your friends? I seldom. Okay, seldom says. Another one, and we are about to finish. How often do you do homework? How often do you do homework? Sharon. Sharon.
Yes, teacher.
Answer the question, please. How often do you do homework?
I always do my
Always.
always always
Always
always. I
do.
always do my work in the afternoon.
Okay, I always do my homework in the afternoon. Good, because you study in the morning, so you always do your homework in the afternoons. Good, very good. Next, how often do you watch TV? Eileen, how often do you watch TV?
Um, I usually, no, I sometimes watching TV in my house
Okay. In the afternoon or at night, Eileen?
at
You
night.
watch, okay, at night. What do you like to watch? What programs do you like to watch?
Um, pues es que I watch only Netflix or Amazon.
Okay, you watch streaming channels like Netflix or Amazon. Okay, good. And the last one, how often do you practice sport, Eddie? How often do you practice sport?
No, I don't practice sport.
You don't practice any sport?
And no,
No. What do you do in your free time, Eddie?
and draw or play video games.
Draw or play video games? Okay, what do you draw? What do you usually draw? I don't know, faces, landscapes. What do you draw?
Bodies and face.
Bodies and faces. Okay. With pen? Pens pencils. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like to draw some? And how many hours do you play computer games every day, Eddie? How many hours?
3 hours.
2 or 3 hours a day?
Yes.
Okay, it's too much time. Too much time. Okay, good, guys. Okay, we have finished here with these questions. I don't know if you have any question, any doubt. Preguntas, dudas, inquietudes que tengan.
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's 4:44. We are going to finish right now. And remember that it is very important for you to have microphone, and it will be great to open your camera, your watch camera, in order for me to look at you. But it's quite important to participate, to talk, to speak, to try to speak as much as you can. Okay. Recordemos, estos espacios son para tratar de hablar. Entonces, la próxima ocasión que todos tengan su micrófono, que se pueden abrir cámara mejor. Y tratar de hablar, de participar, no importa que se cometan errores. La idea es que hablen, que aprovechen esos espacios para hacerlo. Cuando yo les digo a ustedes que lean una oración, de eso también se trata la práctica, porque ustedes están ahí pronunciando. Y si cuando ustedes pronuncian, yo al final les digo, bueno, si está bien o si está casi bien todo, listo, perfecto, adelante. Si no, si hay algún error, entonces yo le digo, no, esto se dice así, esto se dice así, hay que pegar más, hay que mejorar la fluidez, porque de esas cositas ustedes están aprendiendo. So that's all for today. See you next Tuesday. And remember that we have a lesson for next Tuesday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So have a good day and see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye, guys. See you.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.